If the Ozonics unit is positioned even a small distance off from my scent stream, it may allow some of my scent to escape that ozone curtain. So it's very critical throughout your hunt. As the wind shifts, if it changes direction slightly, you can reach up and quickly maneuver your Ozonics machine with the wind so that it's carrying the ozone directly over your scent. And that's an important thing to consider.
You have to keep the machine blowing ozone gas over your scent stream throughout your hunt if you expect to neutralize all of your scent. Many times while hunting from a stand, the wind will shift slightly from side to side throughout a hunt. The saving grace of Ozonics is that as the wind shifts slightly back and forth, your scent and the ozone gas coming from your machine is also shifting with it, and it will continue to neutralize all the scent that it comes into contact with. Unless the wind completely changes directions, I will leave my Ozonics pointed in the general downwind direction throughout my hunt. When trying to determine the wind direction at any time, we use milkweed or a powder-style spray to help determine the current wind direction. It will allow you to properly position your Ozonics machine to eliminate as much of your odor as possible. In low wind situations, using milkweed or a powder spray will tell you exactly what your wind is doing at that moment. As the wind dies, while keeping your Ozonics machine pointed in the general downwind direction, increase the angle of your machine downward up to about 45 degrees. This will better allow your Ozonics machine to force the ozone over top of your scent stream, which is more of a blob during low wind conditions.
If you get winded using Ozonics, it's for a reason. The machines work, they produce ozone gas, which neutralizes all odor. If they are detecting human scent, it's because the machine is not being positioned properly.
When we have been winded in the past, it was usually in very low or very high wind conditions. This will likely be your experience as well. If you get winded during a hunt, study the wind direction and location of the animal that winded you. Now review your setup and make sure the direction and angle match what you believe would make sense for that particular setup. The more you learn from those experiences will teach you how to deal with similar situations in the future. Another thing to consider is that when walking into any stand setup, you are depositing human odor onto the ground as you walk. Ozonics does not protect against getting winded by ground scent. Always walk into a stand from a direction that is least likely traveled by the animals you are hunting. If you ever feel uncomfortable while hunting from a tree stand, turn off the Ozonics unit. When hunting from an enclosed blind, you may use either Ozonics models, including the HR150 or the HR200. Because the level of ozone required in an enclosed blind is much less than a tree stand, when using the HR200 in an enclosed blind, do not run the machine on boost mode. The amount of ozone produced on the boost mode may not be safe for long periods of time while in an enclosed blind. If you ever feel uncomfortable while hunting from an enclosed blind, turn off the Ozonics unit and open additional windows for better air circulation. Regardless of the direction you are shooting, the wind and scent from inside of your ground blind will seek the downwind path. By opening a window on the downwind side, you will allow the ozone gas to vent from the blind through this opening. Remember, because the ozone is eliminating all of the scent in the blind, the only thing venting outside of the blind is ozone gas.
When mounting the Ozonics with the bracket in a ground blind, you always want to mount it in the back corner of the blind. Either corner works fine, so that it's blowing the ozone out over top of the hunter and into the windows. So basically any oxygen that's leaving the blind is going to be forced to mix with the ozone before it leaves. It's going to neutralize all your odors and you never have to worry about it.
The Ozonic unit comes with an additional bracket to make mounting it to any round pole or feature in your ground blind very easy. To use the included mounting bracket, simply unscrew the tree portion of the bracket and then screw the thumb screw into the blind bracket as shown. Loosen the lower adjustment thumb screw to allow you to attach your Ozonics machine to the bracket as shown. I found that attaching the bracket before mounting it to the blind makes it a lot easier to handle. Position the blind bracket opening onto a tent pole or desired feature and tighten the thumb screw as shown. Now adjust your Ozonics machine position to be blowing toward the downwind open window over top of the hunter or hunters. Again, While using the HR200 in a ground blind, always run the unit on standard mode. Never run the Ozonics HR200 in a ground blind on boost mode. When following the above instructions, there should be no reason you get winded from an enclosed blind. Again, Ozonics does not protect against getting winded by ground scent. Always walk into a stand from a direction that is least likely traveled by the animals you are hunting. In many cases, in my experience while using Ozonics technology, ground scent was to blame for most getting winded situations. There is no doubt in my mind, once you start using Ozonics, you will understand what the hype is all about. I wouldn't be working with Ozonics if I couldn't honestly tell you that they work. Thank you very much for your purchase of this Ozonics product. If you have any questions, please contact us through our website at ozonicshunting.com or by phone at 979-285-2400. The following hunts took place under fair chase conditions while using Ozonics during my past hunting season here in Iowa. To see more of my season and our entire team's hunts in our latest DVD, Ground Zero, check out our website at whiteknuckleproductions.com.